Hello MotoGP fans, welcome back to ZNGP today. Marc Marquez is set to take on the Aragon GP with high hopes, following a strong showing at the Austrian MotoGP. Despite facing challenges at the Red Bull Ring, Marquez's performance has sparked optimism for the upcoming race. Let's delve into how the six-time MotoGP champion is gearing up for Aragon. MotoGP legend Casey Stoner has voiced strong concerns regarding the upcoming 2027 MotoGP regulations, suggesting that Ducati could maintain, or even expand, their dominance under the new rules. Stoner, a two-time world champion, shared his views on the Ducati Diaries podcast, where he outlined why he believes the changes may not address the issues currently facing the sport. BMW, a brand synonymous with automotive excellence, is setting its sights on entering MotoGP by 2027. However, the journey is filled with challenges, and the German manufacturer is candid about the hurdles it faces. Here's the latest on BMW's ambitious plans to join the premier motorcycle racing championship. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. Marc Marquez looking to confirm Austrian MotoGP speed at Aragon GP. Marc Marquez's recent performance at the Austrian GP was a display of resilience and skill, despite not securing a podium finish. A malfunction with his front start device dropped Marquez from his third-place grid position to 14th at the first turn. However, the eight-time world champion fought back, finishing in fourth place, a result that highlighted his impressive pace, especially in the latter stages of the race. Marquez's speed in Austria was noteworthy, particularly given the unique tire construction used for the race. Michelin brought rear tires with a harder construction to withstand the high demands of the Red Bull Ring, a circuit known for its extreme stress on rear tires due to its repetitive hard accelerations. This adjustment made the Austrian GP a somewhat unusual event in terms of tire performance. The tire casing changes again to Aragon to a standard one. We will see if I feel really good on the bike for that special casing for Austria, or also, with the standard 2024 casing, we will understand in Aragon. Quote from Marc Marquez. Marquez acknowledges that the tire situation in Austria was unique, and he's cautious about whether his performance can be replicated at Aragon, where the standard tire casing will be back in play. As MotoGP heads to Aragon for the first time since 2022, the Motorland circuit presents a new challenge with its resurfaced track. This fresh asphalt is expected to provide more grip than in previous years, but it also introduces uncertainty in terms of tire wear and performance. Michelin, aware of these changes, will bring 3 rear tire compounds to Aragon, rather than the usual 2, to account for the new surface and the expected high track temperatures. Piero Terramasso, Michelin Motorsport two-wheel manager, emphasized the importance of managing tire wear and heat, given that track temperatures could reach up to 50 degrees Celsius. Controlling wear and heat will be the two main challenges of the weekend. Given the expected conditions, we have chosen fairly hard rubber compounds from our new ranges, as track temperatures here could reach 50 degrees Celsius. Quote from Piero Terramasso. Aragon has always been a challenging circuit for rear tire management, with its long radius corners putting significant strain on edge grip. However, Marquez has a strong track record at Aragon, having won there 5 times in the Premier class between 2013 and 2019. While Marc Marquez has enjoyed considerable success at Aragon in the past, his last 2 visits were less favorable. In 2021, he was narrowly beaten by Francesco Bagnaia in a late race duel, and in 2022, he crashed out on the opening lap. Despite these setbacks, Marquez remains optimistic about his chances this year, though he recognizes the formidable competition he faces. It's true that, as I said in Sachsenring and as I said in Austin, Aragon is a circuit that I like. Doing a perfect weekend, then maybe we will have some chance to fight with the top guys. But we know that they are super fast, and even with perfect conditions and a perfect performance it will be difficult to fight with them, Marquez concluded. Marquez is realistic about the challenge ahead but believes that with a flawless weekend, he could be in the mix with the frontrunners at Aragon. As Marc Marquez prepares for the Aragon GP, the MotoGP community is eager to see if he can carry over the speed he demonstrated in Austria. With a newly resurfaced track and challenging tire conditions, all eyes will be on whether Marquez can reclaim his winning form at one of his favorite circuits. Stay tuned as we bring you all the updates from Aragon. Casey Stoner, who delivered Ducati's first MotoGP title in 2007, believes the Italian manufacturer will continue to have a significant performance edge under the 2027 regulations. Speaking on the Ducati Diaries podcast, Stoner hinted that Ducati might have influenced the new rules to ensure they remain competitive. "I think it's Ducati, basically, trying to get those rules implemented again. I think they know that they're going to have an advantage in that situation. The gap to them is going to be even larger than it is now." Quote from Stoner. Ducati has dominated the 2024 season, winning 10 of the first 11 races. Stoner's comments suggest that this trend could continue, or even worsen, under the new regulations, which are intended to address various challenges within the sport. Stoner's concerns extend beyond Ducati's dominance. He argues that the 2027 rules could further reduce overtaking opportunities due to changes in braking zones and corner speeds. According to Stoner, shrinking braking zones will limit where riders can attempt overtakes, making races less exciting and more predictable. The braking zones are going to shrink, and when that happens, there's less overtaking opportunities. Corner speed might pick up, which allows for less overtaking again because it's not like 125s, 250s Moto3. Stoner also criticized the technological advancements in MotoGP, which he feels have made this sport too similar to Formula One. He believes that the current level of technology is detracting from the riders' ability to showcase their talent. A major part of Stoner's critique focuses on the increasing reliance on technology in MotoGP, which he argues is making the bikes easier to ride and reducing the emphasis on rider skill. "Right now, we're not watching a championship that's showcasing talent, we're watching a championship where the engineers are trying to take riders out of the equation. I want to see these riders' talent. I want something that's hard to ride. When that grip level disappears, when it's harder to ride is when you need to start watching what people are capable of." Stoner's frustration stems from his belief that the sport should challenge riders to manage the power and handling of the bikes, rather than allowing technology to smooth out the difficulties. Beyond the technical aspects, Stoner expressed concern about the current state of racing ethics in MotoGP. He compared the aggressive tactics seen in today's races to those in AMA Supercross, where riders frequently make contact due to limited overtaking opportunities. "We're starting to see that kind of racing now in MotoGP. People are just seeing a gap and taking it. It goes down to something that, for me, is an incredibly immature way of thinking, which is to win at all costs," Stoner added. Stoner warned that such an approach could lead to more dangerous and less skillful racing, as riders take greater risks in pursuit of victory, rather than relying on their talent and race-craft. As MotoGP looks towards the 2027 season, Casey Stoner's comments serve as a stark reminder of the potential pitfalls of over-reliance on technology, and the importance of preserving the integrity of the sport. With Ducati already dominating the current season, it remains to be seen how these new regulations will impact the competitive landscape of MotoGP. BMW has made headlines with its continued push towards joining MotoGP in 2027, capitalizing on the significant changes in the sport's regulations. The German brand has already acquired crucial data from Suzuki's former MotoGP efforts, investing €18 million, and is gradually building its team. Markus Flasch, CEO of BMW Motorrad, and Sven Blush, head of racing, have been spearheading this initiative. They were recently spotted at the Austrian Grand Prix in Spielberg, where they assessed the competition and strategized for BMW's potential entry. Blush emphasized the strategic importance of motorsport for BMW, especially in differentiating the brand from emerging competitors in the motorcycle market. Motorsport is important again. It should be an essential part of the overall strategy. That is the vision I try to bring to BMW Motorrad. Quote from Blush. Despite their enthusiasm, BMW acknowledges the challenges that lie ahead. Blush candidly discussed the current state of BMW's MotoGP project, describing it as still in the construction phase. He admitted that the team is small but effective, and that BMW is behind schedule in preparing for its MotoGP debut. We still have a small team, we are in the construction phase. It is completely clear to us that, if we want to address this issue, we are late. But nothing is impossible. Blush's comments suggest that while BMW is committed to entering MotoGP, they are aware of the significant work required to compete at the highest level. Blush highlighted how the internal perception of motorsport within BMW has evolved, particularly over the past few years. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the importance of motorsport was questioned within the company. However, the tide has since turned, with motorsport now seen as a vital tool for brand differentiation and growth. BMW is keen to leverage its involvement in motorsport to drive other projects, including its MotoGP aspirations. However, the decision ultimately rests with BMW AG's board of directors, who have yet to fully endorse the project. BMW's entry into MotoGP could significantly shake up the competition, but the road ahead is challenging. With the 2027 season still a few years away, it will be interesting to see how BMW navigates the complexities of entering one of the most competitive racing series in the world. We'll keep you updated as this story develops. Thanks for watching ZNGP today. This is your MotoGP news update.